Welcome to Bridie Straight Talk. Bridie, your hostess, is here. I just had to do this video because, well, you know, I did the video where you were staring at the aloe plant yesterday, right? Because I have to watch everything I do. But did anybody notice the sky the last couple of days? I mean, how was it looking where you live? Mine, well, it looked really red. So I just thought we would chat about it for a minute. Maybe get a glass of water or a glass of wine. I'm gonna have me a glass of wine. And tell me, like, leave it in the comments below. What are you guys noticing? Are you looking up? That's the other question. You know that movie, Don't Look Up, guys? That was literally mocking people. It was mocking everything about everything. Total idiocracy was going down, and it is going down. I'm watching it. I was at the gym just a little bit ago, and I'm looking at everybody, and I would say, I don't know, more than 60% of the people were on their phones. And I'm guilty of it too. I will absolutely admit that I am absolutely guilty of being on my phone all the time, but I still look up. And that's what this video is about. You guys need to start looking up. Is the moon in the right place? That's a good question, because most of the time, no. Is it coming up from the direction it should be coming up from? Sometimes, but not a lot. How is our star looking? You know, the sun. The sun is our star. The sun is our energy source. There's even been people, and this is just a video where I'm just chatting with you guys, but there's even been people that, if you go back into like old texts, old books that a lot of people aren't aware of, the reason that they started worshiping the sun, and they call it Ra, which I could get into some crazy stuff on that, but was because the sun would make things grow. They knew they felt better when they had the sun on them. So that became their god. That's why I tell you guys that a lot of religions, it's just planet worshiping. Yahweh, Yeshua, Ra, it was all like planet worshiping. That's what everybody's been doing when they go to church. They're just planet worshiping. So if you have been looking up, how red was your sky? Can you leave it in the comments below? Because I'm really curious to, and I'm gonna, my thumbnail is gonna, I got two different pictures that I'm gonna choose from to show you skies that I'm seeing. But they're really red. And if you go back into like Hopi prophecy, which is really fun to read, and I could actually pull that up one day and just read it to you guys. They talk about like the blue Kachina. And what was that other one that I read? It was talking about when it's here, your skies will be like blood. You will have red skies. Now, I mean, we could argue the point that maybe the red skies we're seeing is due to all the metals in our air, in our atmosphere, right? Because if you've been paying attention to my videos and other people's videos that are awake, you know that they've been dumping lots of metals on us, right? That's what I help you guys learn to detox, because you guys know I am a certified detox specialist. I am an herbalist. I am a Reiki master. And I'm going to declare that I am those things. But you guys also need to be careful with the wordings that you use for labels in the I am, because whenever you say I am, your spirit declares that that is what you are. So you guys have to think about that too. I mean, could it be the metals in the atmosphere that's making this happen? Because, I don't know. Here's another one. Let me throw this one to you guys. It was probably 2016. I went with a friend truck driving for 3 weeks. And we were in North Dakota or South Dakota? We were in South Dakota, or maybe we were in Wyoming by that time. And I looked out and I noticed that it was like pink and then blue and then like a gray in the skies. Guys, this thing's been coming in for a long time. You guys know that, right? And now there's word, and you know, it could be more false bullshit. I don't know, but it's coming from some serious folks, so I'm gonna start paying attention. That this planet, this massive destroyer, some people theorize that, It could be something that's housing things that are coming to our, whatever this is. I don't even like calling this a planet. Whatever this is that we are in. This duality reality that we find ourselves in, and whatever it is that we walk on and we live on. A lot of people are theorizing that there's ETs coming. But whatever it is, it's definitely making our skies look weird. And I've all my life been a star watcher. I love looking at the planets and the stars. And I remember one time me and my sister were at the observatory in, it was like by Hollywood, California. I think it's the Griffin one. And we paid to watch like a show, and it was really cool. And they had a guy talking. And we walk out, and we're like standing outside looking down at everything. And I looked at my sister and I said, that made me cry. She goes, it did me too. I said, I just want to go home. We were looking up, and we felt like somewhere out there was home, because, you know, a lot of us know that this isn't our home. This isn't where we belong. That's why this place is so hard on your spirit. And it really, nothing here except for the love that we feel for our families, our animals, and other people. That's the only thing we have here that brings life to our spirit. That's why a lot of people will talk about love. Loving somebody, excuse me, loving somebody and feeling that true connection in your heart and your spirit. That is what makes it worth to be here. Like when I first saw my children, I was so in love with them, and I vowed, hey, get out of that planter. No, no. Boy, she just bit into my banana tree, my new little dog. But I knew then, and I vowed that I would always protect my children. You know, it is even said that if you have children, that's what makes you have karma. See, people think that karma is just if you ill will somebody or if you do something wrong that it's going to come back to you threefold. That's actually witchcraft, by the way. I don't know if you guys know that, and they teach that shit in church, but true karma is anything that will keep you here. So, like you go into the astral plane when you die. Remember we talked about this? And you're told you need to go back because of your kids. That's how they usually get you. But if you don't have any kids, and let's say you're the last generation and you have no generations before you, it's really hard for them to get you to come back. That's the true karma. And this thing that's coming in that's making our skies red, a lot of people are noticing it. And I was really proud of my older son last night when he said, Mom, did you notice the sky yesterday? And I said, well, yes, I did. And he goes, that wasn't right. And I said, no, honey, it's not. We have something coming in now, and it's getting close. And that's what this video was about. But, you know, sometimes I like to be random and just kind of throw stuff out to you guys, something that might trigger you into questioning, and then maybe you'll start researching for yourself. And, you know, I find some good research is just, my meditation is cleaning and going to the gym. That's when I feel the most clarity in order to connect with my spirit and to understand things better, to want to research certain things. I don't research everything that I hear that people are talking about. It's got to be something that triggers me. And that's what I'm here to do for you. I'm here to trigger you into thinking outside of the cube. And if you don't know what that means, look it up. We always say looking outside the box. We are, even our religions is all cube worship. A lot of Saturn worship is what's going on, guys. And I want you guys to look up those words. Just take 5 minutes. You guys are on your phone anyways. Just take 5 minutes and look up cube and what cube means for the elites and why they worship the cube and why they keep us in a box. There's so many things you guys could find out on why you're in this reality and what this reality is doing to your spirit. If it's true that this thing is actually here, you guys got a lot of things to think about. You need to think about, where are you with your relationship with you? My granddaughter told me Friday, she goes, you know, Mimi, I just don't understand why people think that their God is outside of them. She's only 8. She's so smart. And I said, right? I go, so, she goes, our God's right in here. We're not supposed to look outside of ourselves. And that's my challenge today. My challenge today for you guys is sit with you and figure out what you need to do to be prepared for what's coming. You know, it's also said that when there's wars and stuff like this, and we're probably looking at a situation that could be considered a world war. World war doesn't even come off my lips very good, because to me, there should never be any human suffering. There should never be humans having to suffer for anything, you know? And you get down to the brass taxes of it. Why have we ever needed a government or a king or a queen or somebody telling us how to live our lives and how to be? That doesn't make any sense to me at all. For my granddaughter to be 8 years old and to understand that all religion has ever done is it tells everybody there is a guy outside of them that's judging them and is going to take them to hell or heaven, and that they better be good little people. And if you guys would just think about that for a minute. If you would to believe that, that's going to keep you inside of the cube, right? You're going to stand in line and wait. You're going to say, yes, ma'am, no, sir. You're not going to question anything outside of the cube or look in between the pillars. Look up these words, guys. That's what we're stuck in, inside the pillars. When the pillars fall and we break out of the cube, that's when we have true connection with ourselves. And that's when we can love even more without judgment. I find so many people seem to love with so much judgment. And I am not innocent of all that stuff either. I have to question some of my thinking and my behaviors, and that's what I do daily. Every day I'm trying to figure out what's going on here, how do we get out of here, and how I can be a better human. Hugh means God, man. You're a God man because God lives inside of you. And I don't even really care for the word God. It's so much more than that. I work on this stuff every day for a reason. And I just wanted to bring that to you guys. I also want to say something. When I was talking about the sun, a lot of people, not a lot, some people that read stuff like I do and are always connecting with their spirit, they seem to think that going through the sun when you die is the way out of here. Now, if you get into some, maybe the emerald tablets and stuff, and I call them Thoth, just let me have it. I always come up with my own words. But he was talking about you have to go down. And I think what he was talking about when he was saying that was you have to face your shadow selves, because we all have the dark and light inside of us. And he was talking about you have to go down deep into the menti. That is your shadow self. And that's the work you guys should be doing right now. Guys, right now is the best time to love hard, to feel more free, and to help people. If you have a gift, if you have something that you can give to somebody, and I'm not talking about a materialistic, guys. Like for me, it's helping people. I make my teas or tinctures, or I'm doing these videos to share information with you guys, because that's the gift I was given, and I'm giving it to you. If you guys have something that you can do for other people, now's the time to do it. If it means you take a chicken sandwich from Brahms to a homeless guy, if it means that you can pray, you have a beautiful way of praying that gives energy to the other person of positivity, because there's a lot of religions that it's not positive. Catch my meaning on that. Like last night, I've got another grandbaby coming in June. And Miss Addie is probably more stubborn than all my grandchildren, because by now all my grandchildren have visited me in a dream, or they come to me in awake time. My granddaughter that we just had, she literally came to me when I was truck driving and told me a couple of things that I'm not going to share. And Addie has never done that. And last night I talked to Addie and I talked to her mama, and it was great. And Addie literally let me connect. Those are the beautiful moments. Those are the times that we have right now to fulfill whatever it is we came here to do. Because I truly believe the reason that we all came here was to have that connection and to feel the emotions. That's what this is, this experience of emotions. Anyways, Addie let me do some Reiki. And I wasn't even going to do Reiki. I literally was just touching her tummy because my daughter-in-law was like, she's kicking. And I'm like, okay. My hand got instantly hot. And I don't know if you guys know about Reiki, but it is an Eastern energy. You can look it up. And my hands got really hot and she started kicking and she finally connected with me and I thought it was beautiful. And that's my gift. I have the gift of healing and I have the gift of sharing and communicating things that a lot of people find hard to do. And that's my gift. So find out what your gift is and start sharing it. And stop seeing division because there's truly no division. Me and you, you've never met me, I've never met you. Me and you, we're connected. We always have been. We all come from the same source. And what we're seeing going on right now, it's not what we think it is. It never is. I question everything all the time. It's almost exhausting, but I do that because I know I'm being lied to 24/7. And that's why I keep telling you guys, you probably want to get away from your news sources. Find some different news sources because even Fox, oh, well, they're Republican and blah, 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 and they love Trump. They were still pushing the, you know what? They were still pushing it. Well, we're all pro for that. Everybody has an agenda, okay? That's my point. We do have something coming, and I can feel it. There is something coming. Do I know exactly what it is? No. All I have is old books and people I listen to and people I talk to, and we just share information and try to come up with what this could possibly be. But none of the scenarios of what this is are sounding too good. So that's why I want to do this video. Just want you guys to think about what you can share, or maybe a connection that you lost years ago and you want it back and you want to love that person and you want to forgive, or you want them to forgive you. I think right now is the time to heal these broken connections and to love with your whole heart. And that's it. I just wanted to share that, and I put some words in there. I hope if you get triggered, you look them up and leave your comments below, because yesterday's video, I got a lot of great comments, and I enjoy it. I enjoy hearing everybody's perspectives on stuff because we are in a world of perception. And sometimes our perceptions can be pretty fogged up. That's why we should be taking in more information than what's in that cube. We need to get out of the cube, break it apart, and start looking all around us. Okay? And like I always tell you guys, research. Don't take my word for it. This is the stuff I've come to understand. You guys might come up with something amazing too, and then share it with me because I want to hear it. I love you guys. Cheers. I hope you guys have a beautiful week. And remember, you are source. You don't need to look outside of yourself to find the truth. You don't need to look outside of yourself to understand how to love. You were born that way. You just got, indoctrinated in school and with parents and grandmas and church, and all that stuff made you kind of forget, but it's not gone. It's all right here. It's inside of you. I love you guys. TTFN.